Yeah, I spoke about this in one of my videos. It's titled something like "People Who Blew Up Then Fell Off." Like, it's a lot of people who you see that blow up. It could be rappers, this and that, but like they fall off so fast because they never put in their groundwork. And it's like when you reach, this is just the example for certain people. Like certain people, it's like a gift and a curse. Like they probably did something, they didn't really put that much effort in it, but they blew up and it took off. And you see these people fall off. These are the people I'm talking about. It's like you got too comfortable. It's like a high that you get from it. You did something a couple times that blew up, so now you're comfortable. You didn't really have to build anything. And you wonder why these people fall off so fast because it's like, okay, what's going to happen when you're not at the top now? Because you're so used to having that high, like you're thinking everything's always going to be good. Like I'm number one, I'm at the top. It's effortless, but it's like you didn't build any foundation. There wasn't any character development. So once all of that's taken away, you're already too comfortable. You didn't build any work ethic, so it's going to be over. And for certain people, that's what they've been doing this whole time. They've been working, putting their groundwork in. So it ain't always about people who you see blow up. Don't get discouraged by that, or don't feel like you need to blow up so fast, because it can be a gift and a curse. You think you want to blow up so fast, but that's a gift and a curse because you're not going to have any work ethic. You're not going to know certain things, and it's going to just be like the quicker you get is the quicker it can be gone. So it ain't always about, oh, I want to blow up so fast. I want clout now. Nah, bro, just build it up. Do it the right way so that you can last. Do you want to last or do you just want it fast? You want it now. But if you get it now, you can lose that shit overnight because you didn't build anything up. So it's not always about blowing up fast. It's not always about having the most and competing with who's at the top, wanting to be at the top so bad. Like, bro, just be in the moment. Build that work ethic up. Just grind it out. So you don't got to worry about falling off. Because if you build it up the right way, you don't got to ever worry about falling off. Because you got a solid foundation. So don't get discouraged if you ain't blow up fast. Don't be infatuated with blowing up so fast. Just do it the right way so that you don't fall off so fast and then you're gone.
Yeah, bro. Like I even noticed it spiritually with people like they're trying to chase the next high or be stimulated and feel so enlightened and blissful. I used to feel those feelings like a couple years back, but now it's like I don't really feel it like that. I mean, it's neutral with me. But when you do this stuff, especially spiritually, it's gonna be boring. Like the thing is with me, how I am, I'm able to be still no matter what and be with it. People want to be high, they want to do this, like they can't ever just sit the hell down. And I'm able to do it. I like it. It's free me knowing that I could sit down no matter what the constraints are, and I could continue that. But people don't have that willingness. They don't have you don't have it inside of them. You just want to feel good and feel enlightened and this, but it's like the universe is not gonna allow you to feel something that you don't really have to feel. Like it's gonna show you, because I wanted to have these experiences where I feel just so high and blissful. It's like now I realize that you can do this and that and meditate, but it's like you got to really work for it too because you got to create chaos and all these things so it could like implode inside of you so you could just awaken. Like you got to awaken. Like it's like when somebody's in like a incident, a scenario, like a traumatic situation, they're like all in a moment because that's what it does. It's the same thing. It has to awaken you. It's not force. You don't take no substance to do it. You're kind of cheating the system. It's gonna backfire. You see it with people, and it's turning into like zombies. Because I want to feel that oneness and all that, the law, like that oneness state. But that's gonna take a while. I think before I was the beginning, so it's like that's why it happened. But there's levels to it. There's levels to that high feeling. That's what I realized. There's levels to that feeling. There's level 1,000. That's one of the highest feeling of it. Like when you're just totally like free. People don't realize there's levels. Like
You
you
got to
know,
work for it now.
you got to work for it.
It's like if you constantly listen to music, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it doesn't even hit the same. Like it's just like, okay, But if you take like a long break from listening to music, like a while, and then you listen to music again, it just hits. Like,
Oh yeah.
so it's like you can't overdo it. But people, they want to be stimulated constantly. But that's the gift and the curse. Like, because if you constantly are stimulated, it's going to numb you to it. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
always about reaching that high feeling like I want. Like, just build it up, do it the right way, so that when you hit it again, it's like refreshing. People just want to constantly be stimulated. Like now you're numb, you're like a zombie. Like you're chasing the next high. Like I mentioned in that live stream, like this era turned people out, bro, because I seen it. I seen people who was on a conscious path of enlightenment, and now they just went to drugs to like skip the process. Like they went to like shrooms and DMT and all type of stuff. Like now you're fried. Your brain is fried. You're gone. Now you have to rely on them drugs now because you just want to constantly be stimulated. Like it's like people don't want to work for nothing. People don't want to build nothing up anymore because everything is so instant. But they don't realize it's a gift and a curse. It's only numbing you.
Yeah,
Like on this
like
path, that's what it showed me. Like I appreciate things more. Like because I just been. I'm not. What's the word? I'm gonna just say I've been deprived from a lot. Like just being on this path. So simple things that people might take for granted, it's like I really be appreciating it. Like this
mm,
path is just grounding me because it's like just it just made me just like stay out the way. Like not indulge in what everybody's doing. Like it just sat me down. Like this path, like it just deprived me from a lot. So
yeah,
it's like the small things I really appreciate. Like I'm not overly stimulated or like I'm not just like I'm not doing all of that extra stuff. Like this path literally forces you like in a room to yourself. Like nobody around. It's like you're not indulging in this. You can't do this. You can't do that.
yep. Like they just want to just skip the next high. I want to feel good. I want to feel that, but you guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hmm.
Like I want to feel like, enlightened. I want to feel, you know, blissful and all that, transformed, but that takes time. You got to just work with it. We live in a duality world, so you have to experience both spectrum. People say that duality is bad. No, it's not. Duality is creation. We have to be dual. People just want to be oneness and high, especially these enlightened people or whatever. Like you're just insane. You're caught up in like a psychosis. You know what I'm saying? You have to work with that and do it. And when you're grounded, you're gonna enjoy the small things because you're deprived and you understand it. You're not just gonna when you get it too, you're not gonna be just rushing and just getting it like a zombie. You're gonna appreciate it because this is just life. You understand the flower of life and everything in its creation. So you're not gonna really trip. Like this is just normal. But people wanna take these substances like DMT, acid, whatever you call them. They want to just skip it. Like it's a part of it. Duality, going through it is a part of it. And you got to understand that there's subtle energies inside of us and there's karma. So we have to work with those energies and move around and move it up our centers in our body. Like to feel blissful and all that stuff, our nervous system, our organs is not really designed to like just how we've been programmed is designed to handle all that. So it's gonna be a lot of contractions and energy that you gotta work with. You don't just feel good and all that, you know. Like it doesn't work that way. That's what they think. They're trying to like cheat the system. You could cheat the system all long day long, but it's like it's gonna be revealed. You know what I'm saying? It's like when somebody tries to like, you know, cheat a game, like in GTA, to get like RP or money. It's like when they all figure it out, it dies down because it's like they're trying to cheat the system and now it's patched. You know, like I don't know why people do this for trying to skip the system. Like you should love the process. You should love like it's growing you. You're building. That should be the good part. You're building something. You're creating. You get to watch it. You're giving birth to something. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. It's like people nowadays, like they don't understand like just how to trust the process. Like people think things like feeling pain, feeling like negative emotions. They think that stuff is bad because like how this world programs you, like oh, just like people just really don't understand that just like being in situations that make you uncomfortable, being in situations that cause you pain, like that's what grows you as a human being. Being in situations that just aren't favorable, that's what really shows you what you're made of and just gives you the strength to like push forward. But it's like this world is just so everything is like instant. Everything's about self gratification. Everything's about instant pleasure and all that stuff. So it's like when people don't get that, it's like they feel like something's wrong. Oh, I'm not feeling good. What's wrong? Like, bro, that's normal. That's what life is. It's like even if you think back in the day, like our ancestors, like they definitely went through harder pains than we did, but they still made it through. That's why people back in the day, they were so strong. They were like physically and stuff like that. They were so strong mentally because they went through hardships. They had to do stuff that really just broke them down so that they could get better. It's like that's what humans should constantly like be striving to do. But it's like nowadays people are just so like
Mhm.
just like I don't know. They just have like a candy land like perception of the world, thinking that like everything is just gonna fall in line perfectly and like no struggles and all that. But it's like that's not even realistic. It's like you got to go through pain and strife to really grow you. But it's like people are just so coddled by like the way this world is. They want to feel so comfortable all the time that nobody really wants to step out their comfort zone and experience that.
Like, cause I remember I went on a run. Like I felt like I was going to pass out. Like my head was all over the place. But when I was just there, I felt like so good because I was just like unlocking the new heights of myself. Like that should be your new high. Like conquering yourself, doing what you got to do, controlling your mind. Stop trying to like be a drug user and be a fiend. Like a lot of people are just fiends. You know, they think they're doing something that's whatever is good for them because they feel this and whatever, but it's not. They're feeding. They're moving backwards. And I'm not better than anybody. You know, this is simple to anybody, but I don't think they're gonna reach that level because they haven't put their mind in that position to kind of refrain from the things that are like opposing them and to think in that position that pushes them in this way. So I don't really think they're gonna understand it until they really do it. They're not gonna have that understanding. It's about like conquering the heights of yourself and just doing it. It's gonna come with some things, some comfortability, but you're gonna learn how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable things because you know it's moving you. You're not in just you're not all caught up and hugged up to yourself like, oh my goodness, and worried. Because I noticed that when you're like comfortable, you're more uncomfortable because it's like you gotta worry all this and that. You're watching everybody, but when you're doing things, it may be uncomfortable, but you're stepping into the outside, so it frees you kind of. It's like because you notice people how like when they're inside they're like more sad, but when you go outside it just frees you. It don't matter what happens. It rains, you just don't care. You know. So
Yeah, this is why they say like I even mentioned this before. Like a lot of things have a storyline behind it, and I'm gonna just break this down. Of course, I'm not gonna say this is for everything, but for most things, it has a story behind it. Like for example, like somebody made a classic album or something, right? It's like there's a story behind it. Like this person was probably like going through a certain thing in their life, and this happened. It was like synchronicities. Like a lot of this stuff, like you really can't. It's not. People say don't cheat the system, but it's like you can't cheat the universe. Basically, it's like the work that you put into something. Like all of that stuff pays off. Like certain people probably put their blood, sweat, and tears in something. Like it really shows. Like it happened to me. Like for certain things, I didn't really put like that much energy into it, and I seen how it like paid off. But for certain things, when I put a lot of work into it, and I don't just put it out like or just like not care about it, like I see it pay off. So it's like you really can't cheat the universe with that. It knows your intentions if you putting in the work. And like I said, with a storyline behind something, it's basically like trials and tribulations you're facing. Like a lot of people think like they can just do stuff out of thin air. And I made a video about it on my music channel. Like, no, like some of these songs and all of that and albums and projects, they come from life experience. Like that's where music, good music comes from, or whatever you're doing. Whether it's content, music, it's like it comes from a point in time of your life that you're in. Like, what are you experiencing in those times? If you're just a person like not experiencing nothing, you're just constantly being stimulated. It's like there's no story behind that. There's nothing like really behind it. There's no energy behind that. But these tribulations are what build things up for you. Like it's hard for me to explain it, but like that's just how it is. Like you have to go through life experiences. Like that type of stuff catapults you. Like it's always a story behind something. And just put in the right intentions, put in the right effort. Like I've noticed like even with certain music that I've been making, like I wasn't just like doing it like let me just rap it like no, I was paying attention to how I'm saying it. Like I'm not just rapping the words. I'm like, how am I saying the words? Let me say this word. Like it's like you gotta put intention behind that stuff. Like don't just go behind like a mic and just say the words like just to say like you're reading a book. Like no, you gotta put intention behind it. Say the words like it's hard for me to explain it, but it's like you gotta do it intentional. Like I just been putting more effort into my stuff like that. Like if I gotta re-record something like 5 times, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna stress it. Like damn, I don't feel like recording. Like I gotta record this music over and over again. Like no, I like when my recent music, I didn't care how many times I had to redo that shit. Like I'm like no, I'm gonna just do it until I get it right. Like that's what this shit comes with. Like I'm just giving y'all real shit. Like you're gonna have to just do that shit until it's right. Even if you keep messing up, like damn, I gotta do it again. Damn, I gotta do this again. Like yeah, but just go through that process. Keep doing it until it's right. If you gotta keep recording it till you get that shit right, keep doing it. Don't cheat it. Don't try to just like, man, I don't feel like doing it. I'm gonna just rush it out. No, bro. Just do it until you get it right. Just put the time and put the effort in it. Don't rush it.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Cause like I'll do the same thing. It's like if I'm making a song and like I say a bar and it doesn't come out the way I wanted it to, I'll say it over and over again, like until it does. And like sometimes even that don't work. Like sometimes I'll just like make a song, or like I'll just start making a song and like the way I'm saying it doesn't even sound right. Like I'll like have done it over and over again, but it doesn't sound right. So I'll just come back later. I'll just like save the song, come back later to it, try it again. If it doesn't sound right, I'll just save it, like come back later, keep doing that again until I reach the point where I feel like it's just perfect. It's like people don't really have those traits in them nowadays. Like people don't really have the just like the like durability to just keep doing stuff like that. People just feel like, oh, if they do something like and it doesn't turn out right the first time or the second time or the third time, that's it. But it's like, nah, in life, like when you truly want to do things the right way, it's like you're gonna really have to build that like mental strength to really just do everything like just like to the point where you feel it's good. So if you got to do it 50 times, if you got to do it 30 times, if you got to do it 50 times, it's still not sounding right, come back later, do it again, it's still not sounding right, come back later. Like life is just trying to grow you internally. So it's like, and it's like that's an infinite process, but it's like people nowadays they don't want to have to go through that. People think that going through that stuff is boring. They think going through that stuff is lame. People just think that they're too cool to just grow internally. But it's like at the end of the day, that's what shows that you're truly just doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like if you're building yourself internally, just building that strength about yourself to just keep like doing things no matter what until you get it right. It's like that's the correct path to be on. But it's like people nowadays, they just have like a mental problem where they just feel like, oh, if things aren't how I want it to be quickly, then I'm gonna just give up and just not do it. And it's like that's not right. Like no matter what, you got to have that like mentality that you're gonna keep pushing to do something un- un- until you truly feel like like it's where you want it to be. And it's like we need more of that in this world, because it's like, because people just have that instant mentality, because people have that quick-minded mentality. Like that's why we're in the situation that like we're in nowadays. Like people just want to be comfortable. They don't want to grow. They just want to be feeling pleasant all the time, feeling good all the time. It's like there's nothing wrong with feeling good. There's nothing wrong with being comfortable and stuff like that. But you also gotta just like you gotta embrace being uncomfortable. You gotta embrace having a struggle. You gotta embrace just having the fortitude to just keep doing things over and over and over again. Like that's what makes life great. Like just constantly being able to work on yourself, constantly being able to just do things that just build you over and over again. It's like that's what life is about. But people just lack those traits nowadays.
If you're really
You
doing what we doing, my bad.
just keep pushing yourself forward, like, because I ain't gonna lie, it does get frustrating. Like I said, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it like, oh, it's peaches and cream, because like you do get frustrated. I'll tell you firsthand, like, because some of that stuff frustrates me. Like in the moment, you be like, damn, I gotta do this again. Like it gets you, but like just you gotta push past that and just keep moving forward. Yeah, you're gonna might get discouraged. You're gonna get frustrated. Like, damn, again, I gotta keep doing this. I gotta, bro, just keep going. Because in the end, it's just gonna pay off. Just know that this you don't have to rush everything. Everything don't have to be instant. That's what this generation is. It's like instant. Everything's instant. If you're making a song, you feel like, oh, I gotta do it now, and I gotta drop it now. Like, bro, just slow down. I know even the time is speeding up, like, but just slow down, bro. Be patient with it. Just make sure it's right. But go ahead, Kenny.
Yeah. If you're doing what we do and all that, and you know, it's like you realize that you are a part of the creation process, the rendering process. You are the creator. That you start to realize whatever outer world happens, you hold the disc. You get to watch your creation from behind the scenes. Even that's why you go back and you restart, which you do like 50 to 100 times, because it's like you want to create something. You're the creator, but people don't see it like that. They're so controlled about the outside and dad and these limitations, these false beliefs. They're so controlled by it, like it matters. Like, damn, what people say, like, just do what you do. Like, you're gonna be proud of yourself. Like, a lot of people just don't know how to get that validation from the world. Like, they still seek it. Like, it's just weird. Like, I don't know if people could really just see this. Like, it's just insane, because I'm not on that. Like, I just like to create. Sometimes I'll make a video, it may not turn around. I gotta delete it. I gotta chop the audio off. I gotta boost the audio. I gotta add this thumbnail. I just like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But people, they're just not like that, I guess. They want it now. They want to, they want to be on cloud nine. Like, just come on. Like, it just live in a fictitious reality.
Yeah, it's like we just live in a reality where people just want everything now. It's like even if you go on like YouTube or something like that, like you'll see just like AI generated content and stuff like that, like just like quick content just created by robots and stuff like that. It's like people aren't even putting like their own voice on their content now. People aren't even putting like their own just like their own likeness on their content now. Like everything is so quick and generated. It's like it shouldn't be like that. It's like if you truly want to create something or like whatever like you want to do in life, it's like you should put your own creativity and passion into it. Like no matter how long it takes, that's what like you got to do, because like that's what just that's how the most best creations are made. Just you putting in the time and effort, no matter how long it takes, and just doing that. But it's like we just live in a world where like everything is just so fast paced, and it's like if people don't get it now, or if they don't do it now, then they feel like it's pointless. But it's like going through tedious times, going through just things that just like going through things that make you just take your time and slow down and just be in the moment. It's like that's what truly matters. It's like people nowadays, they can't just be in the moment. They gotta have everything so like just handed to them like on a platter so quickly. It's like just this generation is just making people just like like not even be human no more. It's like people can't really just like embrace the human side of things, just getting better slowly over time. They feel like, oh, if they don't, if they're not at their best right now, then it's pointless. If they're not at the top right now, it's pointless. Like people just can't embrace like the human side of just like getting better slowly, building every muscle little by little, just going through the pains and the struggles. Like people think that stuff is just like so like pointless now, and it's just crazy to me to even think about, because that's just like how this world programs you. Like just like everything is so fast, like with fast food, with all this content, it's like everything is just really subconsciously programming you to just be like that, to just be like a robot that just wants to be like everything is just instant, bro, and it's just crazy.
Like, really feel you on that. Like, you see so much AI generated content. It's like people don't even want to put their energy to things anymore. They don't want to put no will or nothing. And they're trying to replace us with robots. Like now we need human consciousness. It's like we got to control things because there's some things that happen in nature, like pollution. We really got to involve ourselves. Like humanity's will just has been forsaken. Like, because I don't know, like we just been programmed to just be automated. Like this is not cool. Like they could try to replace us with robots and all that, but it's gonna fail in my prediction because you can't really replace human consciousness. You have a soul. It has desires. Like you have to do. If not, it's going to cause friction. Things are going to happen, turmoil, weather, erosions that happen. You know what I'm saying? Droughts. Like we got to put our will. If that don't happen, it's like it's going to fail. They could try to replace human consciousness, or people, they're trying to replace themselves too by getting this robot. Like, nah, put your energy to it because energy is real. It moves. You're putting something that's artificial, that's not even real. Like, what is it going to put out there for you? Like, it's just not right. You know what I'm saying? And people are just spamming this type of stuff. And they're accepting it because they want life to be easy. They get the what you would call it, Amazon Echo thing, whatever that thing is called that people get, the voice. I don't know what it's called. Like they just want life to be easy. Like it's just weird and robotic. I just cannot accept it like that. I'm a human being. Like, I'm a soul. Like I got to do something. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and I want to talk about mental blocks as well, because like sometimes you can experience burnout and don't feel like you gotta just keep going. Like if like you need a break, because sometimes I even go through it. Like sometimes I don't know what video to do it, like none of that. But that's not the time for you to get discouraged and think like, damn, is it over for me? I don't have no ideas. Like no, but sometimes you just need a break. Don't think that it's just over. Like no, maybe that's just your body subconsciously telling you to like take a break, just chill out.